touched on Will Smith, but let's just sort of put a bow on that. As you heard, he did resign from the Academy on Friday before a decision on his punishment could be made for his little Oscar slap. In a letter to the Academy, he said that he will fully accept any and all consequences for his conduct and that his actions were shocking, painful, inexcusable, and he is heartbroken. The actor made the move shortly after he learned he's going to face disciplinary action anyway. And the Academy president, different David Rubin, said they'll continue to move forward with their proceedings, and the board will meet on the 18th. Meanwhile, studios are distancing themselves from him right now. Netflix has reportedly paused development on Will's upcoming action thriller, Fast and Loose, and Sony is reportedly halting production on Bad Boys 4.
What's Bad Boys 4 about? Yeah. All you do is chase people and shoot at them. I do love the fact that he slaps a guy with an open hand and you can't do Bad Boys 4.
Can't do an action movie?
Yeah,
if anything, it was promotional.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do we have to distance ourselves from everyone all the time? I don't appreciate what he did. He seems like he needs some counseling, but I had no reason to shut down production.
I should have done some research on this beforehand, but he is scheduled to be in a movie released this year, directed by Anton Fuqua, about a runaway slave. I think it's called Emancipated or Emancipation or something. And the buzz was he's spectacular. He was getting an Oscar nomination. That was the movie he was supposed to win for. You know what I mean? That was the buzz. And now that he's won the Oscar, now that he's out of the Academy, and now this happened, who knows what's going on?
Now he's resigning. That's what's happening right now. Getting hit in the head.
Well, also, in the Black Don't Crack department, those guys have been around. Chris Rock, Will Smith, they've been on the scene for 30 years now. They look pretty damn spry.
Oh, my God, yes.
They look brand new.
Absolutely. You know who doesn't look super spry? And I'm sorry, I think I forgot to send this to you, Chris. I'm going to send it over right now. Apparently, that I saw that I couldn't sleep in the middle of the night, and I saw this, and I sent it to myself, and I forgot to put it in the news. Did you see what happened to Andy Dick last night?
No.
Oh my God.
Though.
Okay.
I feel like that could be a podcast title.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to Andy Dick last night?
I'm just going to pull this off Radar right now, and they can show the video. It's from he was on the show called Kermit and Friends. It's a woman who used to do. I think she was a writer and maybe did voices for the Stern Show, and she has people on. And I saw this in the middle of the night, and I totally forgot about it until just now. But this is from Radar. I'm going to read right from there. Andy Dick bled from his mouth while showcasing his gruesome injuries after claiming he was mugged by a stranger in Vegas. The troubled 56-year-old actor wept as he revealed his swollen and bloody face while explaining what went down over the weekend. He was talking to, speaking to his rumored fiance, did not know that, Elisa Jordana, on her show Kermit and Friends. Andy claimed a stranger beat him up on Saturday night and stole his stuff. He repeatedly screamed out in pain, pushed through to tell the story. And the clip I saw, he looks so fucked up. Look, we're looking. It looks like special effects.
Good Lord.
And I didn't even know they had a relationship. And so at one point, I don't know, is this a video or a picture?
There's a picture.
Okay. At one point, she's kind of laughing because she's just like, she's like, what? He's like, I really don't.
Very swollen lip and jaw.
Yeah. I don't even know what had to have happened to him
Holy smoke,
for that to happen.
Well, I don't know. Where was Will Smith?
That's the
Was
question.
he in Vegas?
That's the question.
Wow.
I would assume that Andy was somewhere with some people that may not have been great people.
Oh, there you go, assuming again.
I don't think he was just walking down the strip and jumped.
He said
jumped by somebody.
He said he was on the street and a gangster mugged him.
Gangster mugged him. You think sure he wasn't playing a slot machine like those celebrity slot machines? You probably had the Will Smith
The
one jackpot. There you go.
Maybe. Yeah, look, I like Andy, but it seems like he was going to get something from the gangster, perhaps. It's,
Anything's possible.
It could happen.
Here's an Altoid.
Yeah, well, we wish him well.
She was really kind of riding him about it and like, what the hell happened? He was like, you know what? I really don't need this right now. Like, I'm in a lot of pain. And so, yeah, that's going to be me in about 2 weeks, by the way, saying that.
I know, getting that ready.
So we'll see what happens from there. Have a little bit of a Grammy recap. Not a super, controversial show, that's for sure. Pretty safe. But host Trevor Noah's opening monologue full of niceties. Like one of the big jokes was, like I want it. The big question I have for Billie Eilish and Phineas is, what's Phineas's last name? Because they're related,
Right.
And everyone's doing shots. And last year they were doing shots, but it was Pfizer and Moderna. There's just a lot of kind of nice stuff. He even said at the end, like, we're gonna dance, we're gonna party, we're gonna keep people's names out of our mouths. So that was kind of the joke. The big winners were Late Show bandleader John Batiste, Olivia Rodrigo. Silk Sonic, did not know who they were. Do you know who Silk Sonic is?
No.
It's a super duo.
Those two black Republican chicks that show up on Hannity every 7 years.
Yes, and Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars. They won. That was kind of fun. Big homage to Taylor Hawkins. They had this minute-long tribute. Remember when Amy Schumer wanted Zelensky on the Oscars?
Yeah.
He skipped the Oscars, went to the Grammys, but he had a maybe 3-minute speech. Here's a very quick clip of that.
Even to those who can't hear them, but the music will break through anyway. We defend our freedom to live, to love, to sound. On our land, we are fighting Russia, which brings horrible silence with its bombs, the death silence. Feel the silence with your music. Feel it today to tell our story. Tell the truth about the war on your social networks, on TV. Support us in any way you can, any but not silence. And then peace will come.
Sometimes less is more.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
God, the
And then-
war.
Went into John Lennon's song. The only remotely controversial thing that happened is comedian Louis C.K. won a Grammy. And Twitter had
What?
thoughts about it. He did.
Really?
He took home a Grammy almost 5 years after admitting to a cycle of sexual misconduct. He won Best Comedy Album for Sincerely, which is his first stand-up special release since the allegation. I looked for audio. I looked for video. I think it was given out in the pre-show. And I still can't even confirm if he was there. I if anyone else can, I couldn't find it.
What is the outrage? Is he allowed to produce albums and not win awards?
Well, but that's like Wilson. He's no longer allowed to work for the rest of his life.
But he released the album, and I didn't even know it was
Yeah,
out.
I didn't either.
I didn't know it was controversy.
But this is interesting. The CEO of the Academy, Harvey Mason Jr., I think said something that you will find refreshing because also Marilyn Manson collaborated with a Kanye song that was also getting a lot of attention and a lot of applause, and people don't like that either. So he said,
What did Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
He beat off in front of people.
Yes.
Is that his thing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I was at when I was at the casino at Harrah's, they had all these celebrity slot machines, and you pull his, and it just jackpots all over you. So, let's go to the clip.
He would ask, right?
I mean, I asked you.
Technically,
I guess you
yeah.
have to ask.
You can touch my.
You can't just start beating off in front of somebody. You have to ask.
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
But it's like if you're in his hotel room and you're an opener and you're a big fan, and he's like, "You mind?" You're like, "I don't know."
I think
that's I don't know.
didn't Sarah Silverman say he tried it on her too?
I think
Yeah.
she said he used to do it, and sometimes she'd laugh, and sometimes she'd be like, "No, go fuck yourself." So like it just wide net. But this is what the CEO of the Academy said. He said, "We don't look back at people's history. We don't look at their criminal record. We won't look at anything other than the legality within our rules of, is this recording for this work eligible based on the date and other criteria? If it is, they can submit for consideration."
Yeah,
He's not
good.
going to back off on that. Yeah.
Well, because the problem is here's our problem. You got Harvey Weinstein over here, then you got Al Franken over there, and then you got Louis C.K. over here, and then there's whatever Marilyn Manson is, whatever, and then whatever Matt Damon says about it, and we just kind of put it all in one big
Corral,
like one big plastic pumpkin for Halloween, and go, it's all in there, and it's like, yeah, let's not get Al Franken caught up with what
Manson.
Al Franken didn't do what Louis C.K. did, and Louis C.K. didn't do what Weinstein did. Like, this is why we have manslaughter, first degree murder, aggravated assault. You understand? Yeah. We have to, and then we apply it that
Right.
way. You don't get the same time for murders you get for vehicular manslaughter. Like, we can't just go, this guy, I don't know what he slapped that guy, so he's out. Yeah, he's out, and Weinstein's out, now Franken's out. Like, everyone's just out. We got to figure out we need some shades of gray. Is what
Some
I'm.
Bill
what I'm
Cosby
saying.
in there too. He's out.
don't forget.
Cosby. Yeah.
If we get drunk, I just get Bill Cosby drunk. I like Bill Cosby, but just the stand-up, I can't. It's hard to listen to that now. But now he's out already, so I'm out, and so there you go. Goes on tour.
He's out. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Kanye, he might be getting some help now, going away after some of his online tirades. Sources told Page Six that Kanye has agreed to stop harassing Kim Kardashian, stop cyberbullying Pete Davidson. And this comes after a couple weeks after he was suspended from Instagram for 24 hours and his Grammy performance was canceled. Someone who knows the Kardashians said, for the sake of the kids, Kanye has told Kim he's not making any more public appearances or inflammatory social media statements, and he will go away somewhere to get help. And then a rep for him says, at this point, Ye is committed to a healthy co-parenting relationship with Kim, and he's focused on raising their beautiful children.
I think we need.
When you hear the tone, turn the page.
That's right, yeah.
Remember the Fisher-Price stories?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I knew people that had stuff that took batteries.
We had those.
It strikes me that we have a Betty Ford Center, like
Right.
the celebrities that go
Yeah.
to Betty Ford. We need some sort of, maybe Epstein's Island for sanity. Now, like this we're not, there's no substance abuse. We're just going nuts.
Right.
People are, high price celebrities are just going whack-a-doodle. They just go here and, do a little sound bath and do a little
Zen garden.
little jet skiing,
Yeah.
and just fucking go a little networking, probably.
Yeah.
Center.
Just go find it over here.
Yeah.
Because I think this is because it doesn't seem, Will Smith or Kanye, like it doesn't feel substance driven. It just feels like everyone is going insane. And so
Yeah.
Betty Ford's not going to help with them.
Stress, that's crazy.
Stress.
So stress and anxiety, that's all, it's like they take those pharmaceutical pills, Plavix, it really helps you out. And you need like Busta Rhymes to tell you how bad it is. Everything not to kill yourself, you urinate, everything, you're going to get people suicidal, so.
That's Busta Rhymes.
Yes, Busta Rhymes, you're going to kill yourself, urination, you're going to get suicidal top. Okay, Plavix.
This is a slippery slope because people will be dying to get in there. But,
Yeah.
I'm bipolar.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be like Raya, is it? Like you'd have to that celebrity dating.
that's
like
right.
you'd have to be working in the
Yeah,
you'd be
vetted. Yeah.
vetted. Yeah.
Vetted crazy.
Yeah, we can't have you just up there handing out cassettes
No.
and want to know if you think it's funny.
Yeah, that would ruin everybody. It's a good time. So some actual, Brian, this is for you because we have
hear it.
some legit unearthed footage
Okay.
that I think qualifies as unearthed.
Let's see it.
And it's been found randomly of Prince as a little
Oh
kid.
yeah, I heard about this. This lost to history. until now.
There is no reason for this to ever be discovered, but I'll take you through the beats here. WCCO in Minnesota reports that while looking through old footage of an April 1970 school strike for a story about a similar school strike last month, production manager Matt Liddy spotted this kid who looked a lot like Prince, like in the crowd. The child appeared on camera just long enough to provide some clues. He doesn't say his name, though. But after checking with historians and some of Prince's childhood friends, they were able to confirm it's him. It's a big surprise for fans because apparently there are like no preteen videos of Prince. But this is little baby Prince Nelson in 1970.
Are most of the kids in favor of the picketing?
Yep.
How come?
I think they should get a better education too, and I think they should get some more money, cause they be working extra hours for us and all that stuff.
Wow.
Now,
There you go.
There you go.
you think he was super cool? I wasn't getting that vibe.
No.
Shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he molded himself into Prince, or he was Prince. I mean, his name was.
Prince we all
but
know.
yeah,
Formerly known as.
I never really got that his cymbal guitar. I always felt like that would be dangerous. You feel like I'd need a tetanus shot if I tried to put it back in the case. Or I would definitely, if that was my guitar, my tech would definitely break it. At some point when shit was coming from the airport for the next gig and you just pulled out a case and the one long swoopy part of the bottom just snapped off.
Well,
It'd have duct tape on it.
Well,
Did he do a lot of tossing it and getting it tossed to him on stage?
No,
I don't know.
There's a hook on it, so he just picks out the ladies and pulls them out of there.
Oh,
jams
right.
out,
Like
you
the
know.
Sandman.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Maui.
It just seemed like whoever did it, whoever made the guitar, that is world-class scroll saw work. Anyone who's ever worked a scroll saw knows that is world-class. But I just feel like it'd be tough to play. You know, he could play it.
Is that the whammy bar? Okay, no.
It's in the way.
Is that his symbol?
Yep.
I think it's molded after a symbol, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It looks like a pipe you'd see drawn on a bathroom door. Hey, smoke pot or something.
You just wouldn't want to run with it.
No.
If you fell down, you'd be impaled.
Part banjo.
Is this whole symbol the neck and the arrow at the end too? I don't know.
No, not
frets.
Yeah.
Oh, it is actually. Yeah, that is shaped after the symbol, just sideways. Yeah, we'll put up his symbol.
His symbol, and that's because Prince was the record company.
Yeah.
Kept his name or had his name.
And so it's upside down.
There it is. It's his. He's going by a symbol. That's God bless him. I couldn't get that to catch on. You know what I mean? Like I can barely get people to call me Ace. That I got to work on.
Yeah.
You know, if I went, no longer will I answer to my name, only the symbol. My friends would go, get the fuck out. Okay, well I guess we'll never speak again.
Yeah,
that'll be the end of that.
Or you can choose you can only be called Asterix or something like that. DJ Asterix, and just have Asterix and DJ.
Where did he come? I wonder
Ampersand.
where he came up with that symbol. But like I said, for those woodworkers who are listening, it's world-class scroll saw work. There's the.
Looks like
there's
a
the
well
symbol.
spear. You can spear a well with that thing. You know.
So that was what, Prince at 9?
10.
11.
Oh, 10.
Or 11.
Whatever.
I think it was 11 actually. But yeah, little baby Prince Nelson.
And he has a personal touch.
Oh, it's his symbol's a mashup for men and women, the woman and man sign.
I see that. Well, wait, I
also
see.
known as the Volvo.
Yeah.
Volvo has the dude sign, right?
It's
Hold on.
I can kind of picture it. It feels similar.
The Peugeot kind of. No, okay, no, can't be that. No.
The Volvo has the dude, the Austin Powers dude sign.
Right.
I mean, think about that. So when I was growing up, a dude would get a medallion with the dude just so you knew he was a dude,
right.
and
He
he'd
was all
swing
man.
that medallion, and now everyone's transitioning. Now everyone's a Prince sign.
Yeah, now we all need Prince signs.
We're all turning into a Prince sign.
But the Prince symbol, that swoop that can impale you, that has nothing to do with the gender symbols.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Volvo symbol is very dude symbol similar. It's just got the shorter pecker.
Yeah, that's right. Stubby.
Yeah.
Looks like that odd kind of knife you see in a small, like a Swiss Army knife. To pull out open up a can of beans.
What did Volvo?
That's
it's the
it.
same sign. Why did Volvo take the swinging dude sign, or did they?
I'll say what predated what? How old's Volvo?
Oh, they've probably been around since the 40s, 50s. They could have made tractors in the 30s or something, but the Volvo Automobile Company probably just goes back to the early 50s, or who knows? Maybe they didn't import cars here for the first 20 years or some shit like
Or
that.
this could be, for all we know, this could be some European parking symbol.
It's actually the ancient chemical symbol for iron.
Oh, yeah.
Borzon, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Hyundai's two guys shaking hands, right? That's what
It
they say.
is?
Yeah, that's what they say. It's two hands shaking.
Couldn't tell.
I don't know.
It's like
I never
not
know.
erected,
I didn't know
erected.
Goodyear was the sandal with the wings on it. I couldn't make anything out when I was a kid.
Oh, but that's pretty obvious.
It is. It looked like it always played in my mind as like an F or something. Like I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, dude, there's no mistaking that.
What is that?
Wait, what did you think it was?
I didn't think it was anything. I never even
guy
distilled it. I never broke it down to a sandal with a wing on it.
The guy delivers the flowers.
Is that
I mean, it's
Hermes
just
like
shoe.
the
Yeah.
messenger god or something?
Maybe, but it's
Yeah,
certainly a foot and a feather.
The FTD man.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's oh God, whatever the fast guy.
Got hit by a car
Anyway.
with Goodyears.
I don't know. I got holes in my game. What can I tell you?
Well, let's continue to talk about penises because this is important. The city of Kawasaki, Japan, kicked off its annual phallic festival over the weekend.
Kawasaki's got a nice logo. Sorry, go ahead.
And the spring event, which has been going on since 1969, is called Kanamara Matsuri. It translates to Festival of the Steel Phallus. And this is kind of the thing that they will show you the picture of what they're all about. There it is. You can see it in there.
Giant
Really
dick.
veiny, yeah. And I think it has wings. The event centers around the Shinto god Kaneyama Hiko and the goddess Kaneyama Hime, and features a bunch of phallic imagery, including
Giant black dick.
big.
Only.
Put it in your mouth.
By the way, I wonder if one of the Kardashians was at the festival. It's about average, right? It's a regular sized cock going down the street.
It's Asian. You got the broccoli, here come beef.
Well, the highlight of the festival is a parade and an event called Mochi Nage, where Shinto priests toss out rice cakes that revelers try to catch because they're believed to be a fertility blessing. About 30,000 people show up for this.
Rice.
I say this in a world where we're tearing down every statue and everything is problematic. Can we port a little of that to some of these other places? Like, hey, giant cock festival. I know your grandpa joined that, but it's 2022. We don't need to march a giant cock down the street, do we? I mean, what's going on with Ukraine? You know what I mean?
March it down just to celebrate.
It's kind of a bad look that people are putting in mass graves in Ukraine, and we got a giant cock that we're throwing rice at.
Can we celebrate quietly this year?
You know how we missed last year because of COVID?
Wow, look at that one.
It's a giant
That's what?
Bolo. No.
20 feet high.
cock. This is in Japan?
Yeah, Kawasaki. I mean, you said Kawasaki. You messed me up.
Yeah, that's
Godzilla.
Kawasaki.
Yeah, Kawasaki.
That's Godzilla's.
By the way, Kawasaki super plain logo, just like
What is it?
uppercase letters.
Boo.
Just Kawasaki.
Boring.
Let me ask this to our panel here. If you've ever seen any Japanese porn movies, they tile out the cock.
Yes,
Because that's not suitable.
and the vagina.
They tell out like pubic hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yet you can make a giant shiny cock and put it on the back of a donkey and
be
carry it right down the middle of fucking Times Square. What is your relationship with cocks,
That's a
Japan?
great
You know what I
question.
mean? Are we tiling out the miniature size ones and then we're all bowing and pledging our allegiance to the 9-foot cock that's going down at noon by the school bus?
It is a contradictory message.
What is your relationship with cocks?
Cock ring. Cock ring. Yeah.
Mixed message.
Yeah, you're right.
Very mixed.
Very.
You would not think that the same culture that decided we need to blur out the cock in a porn movie
Even in-
celebrated giant cocks going down the street.
That's right.
While the sun is shining.
That's right. Even in anime, that shit's tiled. I mean, I don't
they
know.
are?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You think
Yeah.
there'd be a war?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Japanese animation. Yeah. Crazy.
Is the weirdest porn category the one that's kind of anime Marge Simpson?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm not interested.
Ooh.
It really
I'm
is.
not into Big Brother, but I do believe in a certain amount of surveillance.
Yeah, you gotta leave the cartoons.
Can't we find those people and just take them out of society?
Yeah, they have that. They have them. Yeah.
Who's getting off on you, Mr. Magoo? Oh, man, take that, you road dog. Take it to the base. You know where go. Caramba! I mean, get the cartoons out. I just can't.
They have Lois Griffin. They have all of them.
Oh,
I'm Peanut. They have it.
Jessica Simpson's pretty. Or no, sorry, Jessica Rabbit's pretty
Yeah.
good.
well, that's healthy. I'm talking more Marge Simpson. It's
Goop.
it's just weird. But again, Japan. Look, I'm not saying. I'm saying pick a lane.
Right.
Pick a cock lane. One or the other. Either let's stop with the tiling or let's stop with the cock parade. But we can't. I don't want to.
They can't
You
exist
can't
at the same
exist
time.
at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. I pose this to you. How do you feel about sexy Shrek?
Ew.
Well,
Layers.
you're going to be subjected to it in a hot second. You can have it all now because it's called Shrek-lesque, like burlesque. And it's a new Shrek-themed burlesque show that's made waves in Australia and New Zealand. And it started as part of the Fringe World Festival.
Good
People
Lord.
liked it so much that it's going on tour. And just looking at a clip on mute right now, there's a Pinocchio and the Gingerbread Man and everybody else. And so Shrek's
it's like
doing
a
the splits.
body.
Yeah, very body. Donkey, Lord Farquaad, all performing sexy dances for your pleasure.
I'd rather, if someone said, let's go in and watch the Shrek,
Shrek-lesque,
he, she,
yeah.
whatever, I'd be like, I'll be at the cock festival.
Yeah.
Catching rice cakes.
I'm going to go, I'll be by the churro cart at the cock parade. Just come get me when you're done with your Shrek burlesque. First off, don't you have to clear that shit?
Oh.
Well, I would imagine you. Well, this is especially upsetting because Tess is in Shrek now.
No, you'll never be the
Our
same.
5-year-old
Jeez.
daughter.
Not too
Yeah.
attractive either, man. It must smell like a Waffle House backstage.
I
Jeez.
was,
Well, at the very least, they have to call it like SHRECK, I would imagine, but maybe not.
I have no idea how Shrek is spelled, but I get where you're going with
Thank
that.
you.
I watched about
Wreck.
10 or 15 minutes of the Divine bio, whatever, on like Netflix the other day.
How was it? Wait, you only watched 10 minutes?
Oh, it was like,
Let me guess,
Saving
did you
the
have
rest.
hard scrabbled growing up?
I got back to Drive to Survive the F1 series. I'm the only guy who's watching Drive to Survive the F1 and then going to Divine for a while
Yeah.
and then back to
Your
F1.
Netflix starts to smoke.
Yes, yes.
Shuts down. So wait, do you recommend it for me?
Yeah, I mean, all stories are interesting, and I think Drew watched it, and I think he said, "Oh, you got to check that out. It's an interesting story." So, but generally, there's here's my pecking order: is I would like to go to a strip club and see the most beautiful women who will take their clothes off on
Sure.
stage, and then just below that, or considerably below that, I would go and watch a beautiful woman who was formerly a man who became a woman. And then below that, it's the dude who's fat and dressing like Cher,
Yeah.
showing me his gunt. That's way down. I do not get the attraction of that. I get the one, there's...
If only there was someone in the studio who could explain it.
It's because it's the thing that you hate. It's camp.
There's a show on Netflix called Is It Cake?
Yes.
That's a new thing. And then they'll show
likes that too?
That's
a
fun.
globe, I watch it, or bowling ball.
Yeah,
No,
Converse shoe.
it's cake.
Yeah.
And sometimes the chicks are so hot in the drag show,
Is it cake?
does she have,
Yeah.
is there a
Is it
pussy?
cake?
But at a certain
Is it
point,
pie?
right, when we get down to Divine,
Yeah.
now it's just,
Pretty sure it's not cake.
right, now there's just a spectacle of
Yeah.
it. Right?
But yeah, I mean, because you have no love in your heart for John Waters.
Ugh.
They all obviously, they all come from the same
Yes.
place. So it's like the heightened reality, the camp, the grotesque. That's
Divine
all.
grew up the street from John Waters.
I love that.
They
All
just
from
literally
Baltimore?
like a neighbor from Baltimore.
That's great.
All right, let's bring it home.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
You can't just start beating off in front of somebody. You have to ask.
Gina That was the news with Gina Grad.
Yeah, we're looking at the Kawasaki emblem.
No.
That's some uppercase, a little lowercase, or something. It's
Not the right home bout.
Not much to it. All right, let me tell you about LifeLock. Tax season is always crazy, but it's going to feel even more stressful if you fall victim to scammers pretending to be the IRS, asking for personal info, bank accounts, or for you to wire them money. It's important to understand how cybercrime and identity theft are affecting our lives. Every day we put our info at risk on the internet. In an instant, cyber criminals could harm your finances and credit. Good thing there's a LifeLock. LifeLock helps detect a wide range of identity threats like your social security number for sale on the dark web. You'll have access to a dedicated restoration specialist if you become a victim. It's LifeLock. Right, Dawson?
No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can keep what's yours with LifeLock Identity. But you can keep what's yours with LifeLock by Norton. Join now and save up to 25% off your first year with promo code Adam. Call 1-800-LifeLock or head to lifelock.com. Use promo code Adam for 25% off.
All right, I'm doing some shows in Indianapolis at Helium. We'll do some live pods there, and we'll do some stand-up shows there, and then we're all going down to Huntington Beach at Sea Legs, which is awesome. That'll be May 20th. You just go to adamcarolla.com. Shows coming up in Denver and Springfield, Missouri, all over the place. And speaking of that, Pablo Francisco.
Come on down.
Got shows at Louisville Comedy Club. That's this Thursday through Saturday. Then Niagara Falls. That'll be May 6th or 7th. And you can go to his website, pablofrancisco.com, and find out all his dates. And then Jared Sessler, you can check out his campaign. Do it at jaredforcongress.com. Until next time, Sam Crawford, Jared Sessler, and Pablo Francisco,
That's
and Gina
right.
Brad, and Bald Brian. Say it. Mahalo. It's kind
Give
of like,
people ideas. Like, oh, look at that guy.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
just take it off their porch.
yeah, it's like watching animals fuck, and they just don't care.
Go on.
Well, you can get your fucking camera out and film it all you want.
I was gonna finish.
They're balls deep in
Another penguin.
Another penguin. Is it a penguin?
I don't know.
I don't know how penguins fuck.
I don't know.
So very unusual for somebody that with the level of scrutiny medically that a president would have to show up with metastatic disease. Not only that, but they said, "Oh, we noticed a nodule. Oh, lo and behold, metastatic." No, that didn't happen. No
Show
way.
up. Let's show up, man.
For somebody to present with metastatic disease, meaning the cancer is outside the prostate gland, outside the pelvis, in the bone, distant metastasis, fatal illness at that point.
Yeah.
Fatal illness.
So the fact that if this guy was some rancher who was set in his ways, and finally his daughter came in from the city and dragged him in to see the doctor,
No problem. That could
right?
happen.
But this is him with his personal physician sitting in the Oval Office.
And now Nicole Sapphire, whom I admire immensely, has said, "Oh, they don't do PSAs over age 75." That's an old notion. It is a little controversial. President of the United States is getting yearly PSAs.
Well, can I say this? It's like free dental exams. Like, okay, that's free with the lollipop or something, but that's not. He's the president.
Exactly.
So doing they don't do
Yeah.
X over this
Yeah.
or whatever that protocol for the 300 million people is not his protocol.
Correct.
By the way, I'll push back on Nicole. We don't all have a personal physician that lives in our house,
Right.
And a screening room in the basement. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, things are different.
And they've not released his PSAs. But this idea they found a nodule, it just didn't pass the sniff test. You follow the PSAs, it elevates, you find cancer, you do biopsies, then you treat that cancer. It got away from them. The really interesting thing is the last 2 years he's deteriorated rather considerably. And one of the things you have to ask yourself is, did they diagnose metastatic disease 2 years ago and start him on the treatment for that, which is androgen deprivation therapy? They used to actually castrate men in that condition, but that's the first line now. Is we have these medicines that block testosterone, and the side effect is.
Wait a minute, you had a prostate issue, right?
But I had a prostatectomy and radiation. I don't have distant metastasis.
Yeah, but you got castrated when you got married.
Yeah, so I didn't need to go under.
Oh,
yes, I was
okay.
already good. That's why my cancer has been so easy to treat.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
I was wondering.
Oh, that's good.
Keep going.
The other room is this reminds me of the Love Line room over there. You tell a good joke and they have groupers over there.
Yeah, they're not a fan.
They're not fans.
They didn't like
That's-
castration,
it's interesting. But so the really interesting thing is the androgen deprivation therapy causes commonly, and I mean commonly, muscle wasting, falls, worsening Parkinsonian symptoms if you have Parkinsonism, and cognitive decline. And it's interesting, and fatigue and cognitive slowing.
Well, the
And all
fatigue thing is hard to get around. Like, he was going to his beach house literally every weekend,
Yeah.
which is a weird thing.
So
for
is
the
that
president.
aging? Is it that dementia? Is it Parkinsonism?
Well,
is it androgen deprivation therapy?
let-
is it
let
the
me-
cancer? It could be a million things. They're telling us nothing. Is the
No,
point.
I know. Listen, first off, the whole Biden administration is just, it's all lies.
Well, that's what this
100% of the
reminds
time.
us
But
of.
here's the
That's the
thing. Here's the
problem.
thing. Whatever your rights are as a citizen when it comes to medical records has to be waived once you enter the people's house.
Totally agree.
You've entered. You're now running the country.
I think senators and maybe even congressmen too ought to be the same.
Yes, I mean, we have a person who's in charge of the country who's having deep cognitive issues who won't take a test. And they go, he doesn't have to take a test, and it's none of your business. Like, none of your business? What do you mean none of none of everyone's business who's in the country he's running?
Piloting the plane, man. Somebody sits in that seat. You have a obligation to ask questions about that guy. And Trump takes a very sophisticated cognitive test every year called the Montreal Cognitive Inventory. And people are like, see, he didn't pass it. Or they don't believe he passed it. He should sit down and take it publicly and just expose everything, to show it all.
Okay, let me say a few things. This thing where they try to equate Trump, it's great. The news headlines are great. We'll find those in my tweet, but it's great. Where they try to lump him in. I mean, this is the lump him in part. I've had it personally happen a lot where people try to lump you in with something that's like, don't lump. Trump talks a mile a minute all day, every day. Yes, when you talk a mile a minute, there will be, I don't even know if it's a gaffe. You for every 10,000 words you say, you mispronounce one.
Correct.
But if you're going to say 50,000 words a day, then you're going to mispronounce 5.
Yeah.
So that's baked in.
Yeah.
AP, verbal gaffe or sign of trouble, mixing up names like Biden and Trump. They always just add Trump.
Yeah.
By the way, Drew, I tell you all the time, people say, well, you got Fox on one side, you got CNN saying that. I go, it's not CNN on the other side. AP is corrupted. This is AP.
Yeah.
AP is doing the bidding, or was doing the bidding of the Biden administration as well. It's not Fox versus CNN. It's Fox versus all the mainstream media. But the one that was the best, the one I liked, the one I was yelling about to you over the phone was the New York Times one, because the New York Times headline was perfect, and it's all the New York Times does. It's all those intellectual elites. That's all they do, and it's why we got fucked by COVID. Read the whole thing.
Memory loss requires careful diagnosis. Scientists say.
Scientists.
Not clinicians either, by the way.
The scientists that shut your schools?
Yeah.
Those same scientists are the ones that made you wear masks that didn't work, or the ones that shut down playgrounds. Which scientists are we talking about? This is what the New York Times is. This is their core. This is what they do. They hide behind it. First off, use your common sense. Memory loss requires careful diagnosis, scientists say. My sister would go visit with my dad in Altadena when he was 90, and then I'd talk to her the next week. I go, how's dad doing? She goes, ugh. He's not. Yeah. He can't remember the kid's name. That's right. He's having trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she have she has an 8th grade education?
She's a scientist.
She sat next to someone who couldn't remember a bunch of shit. We're all experts, everyone. Sit next to someone who can't remember shit, and then we will report on it. But the experts tell you that scientists say, but keep reading. This is the part I like.
A federal investigator said that the President Biden had, quote, poor memory, unquote, and, quote, diminished faculties, unquote. But such a diagnosis, by the way, not a diagnosis, would require close medical assessment, experts say.
Yeah, no. The guy sat in a room with the guy for 6 hours, and he couldn't answer any questions. So we do not need a closer examination expert. So he's
just describing what he saw.
Right.
He's not giving a clinical evaluation.
So what's the New York Times do here? They do what they do perfectly. Scientists say at the top, at the bottom, experts said, oh, well, I guess the scientists and experts know that the guy who's interviewing the old guy can't have any assessment.
Right. Can't possibly know what's going on. Can't possibly.
So,
because it requires careful assessment.
Right. So if you're sitting next to a guy who was shit-faced drunk at a bar stool, you couldn't make an assessment that he was inebriated, or we'd have to get an expert.
An interesting pushback on this. Do you know who determines competency? Judges, not experts, not scientists.
Right.
They determine it.
All right. So what's your... What is the upshot?
So he has terminal illness. He may have been androgen deprivation. If he wasn't, he is now, and that'll be interesting to see how that goes. There are some fancier treatments to be done. I have prostate cancer myself, and I had, as you said, I've had all those treatments done. Things are good with me, but the fact that his got away from them like this is the whole thing is odd. We don't know about what's causing his Parkinsonism. We don't know about the cognitive. There's so many questions that we have a right to know answers to. That it's just kind of disgusting disgusting. And
Yes.
to your point, it's all been a lie, and it's time for
That's
that.
all.
to stop.
They've lied about everything, starting with COVID. All right, you can clear the screen, people.
By the way, people always go, there have been other presidential cover-ups. There are other ones. Yes, and they're all disgusting. They're all disgusting. What happened to JFK? Disgusting. What happened to Woodrow Wilson? Disgusting. Should never happen and should never happen again. I'm equal opportunity with presidential cover-ups. I'm all about it. Fuck those guys.
Senate unanimously approves a $25,000 tax break for tip workers.
You know, I have turned the corner and gone a different direction on this, and I think it's going to be wildly unpopular.
Yeah?
A lot of my opinions are wildly unpopular. But let's break it down. I think we all sit around and we go, yeah, these guys, these tips, leave them alone. Why? That tip's their money. You know, why not their money? You get a tip. Why should it be taxed? These people are working hard, bartending, servers, whatever. Let them keep their money. It's a tip. And I would sort of like, in that camp, I went along with it. I was like, yeah, all right. Some guy gives you money. That's your money. That's your government don't need to get their hands on that. But let's break it down. There's a thing that bothers me with tipping, and it's always bothered me, in that when I was at the end of my carpentry career, I was making $15 an hour, just flat rate. And I drove a truck. I had tools. I had a lot of tools. Like, you got to have your own arsenal of tools, expensive tools. And, I would show up. I knew how to build cabinets. I knew how to build whatever it is. And I'd come in and I'd work. And I'd work, 8 hours, and it's $120 a day. And then taxes would be taken out, And I had like 10 years of experience. And then my roommate worked as a bartender, like Tequila Creek or someplace. And he'd come back at the end of the night. He'd work like a 4-hour shift or a 5-hour shift. By the way, getting phone numbers, talking to chicks, making cocktails. He'd come back with $180 worth of cash, and I'd be like, you don't have a skill. Making pina coladas is not really a skill. I have a skill. I drive a truck. I'm busting my ass. I'm up at 6 a.m. and whatever. I'm reading blueprints.
Yeah.
And you're making more money than me, and you're coming back with phone numbers. I never came back off a job site with a phone number.
Yeah.
And I was always jealous. And also they had cash, And, then you get a little older and you go out with the boys, and you go to a nice steakhouse and you order some drinks and maybe a bottle of wine or something, and the thing comes to $600, $700, $800. I mean, I've been out with William Morris guys at sushi places and stuff with the company card and stuff. I've gone out and spent $2,000, And then you're working the tip out, You're like, okay, let's see, 10%, it's 200. It's 400. Let's give her $500. It's always somebody at the table drunk, like, because she's hot. 23-year-old hot chicks, but she's working 6 other tables too. We're not the only people in the restaurant. She's got other tables. You talk to chicks who've done bottle service and shit, they're walking out of there with thousands of dollars. I mean, on a good Saturday night, some NBA baller comes in, gets the bottle service. Fuck that. Tax the shit out of it. Why the fuck? I'm fucking on a roof all day. I'm fucking on a roof, getting $15 an hour. The government, everyone's like, tax the shit out of that, bro. Tax him up good. What have I just said? Hey, man, I'm working hard. I don't want to be taxed. People will be like, fuck you. You're getting taxed. So 23-year-old hot chick who's walking out with big handfuls of fucking cash over doing nothing all fucking night in air conditioning. And by the way, you work in a field where, what the fuck? The bottle service. All right, it's $1,000 for a bottle of what? Vodka?
Yeah.
You're getting tipped based on just bringing a bottle out? And also, what's the difference? There's jobs where nobody tips. You work behind the grill at a McDonald's. I work behind the grill. I never got a fucking tip. So you just some hot chick who walks around, drops off drinks, or there's a bottle of wine and the bottle of wine's $300. You're just getting tipped on that versus a bottle of wine that's $18 or $31. Same bottle, same cork, same thing, same whatever. Fuck you. Tax the shit out of them. Tax those tips.
Wildly unpopular
free
opinion.
fucking money. Why do you guys need more free money? And by the way, if you're in an industry where you're being tipped, you're either serving booze or sucking dick. You're not doing anything. You understand? You don't have a skill. We don't need you. You're just bringing people shit. You don't have a skill. I don't care. You're bringing people food. That's not a skill. You're making a drink or you're giving a rub and tug or whatever you're doing. It's not. You're in. If you're in a business that gets tips, you're probably hurting humanity. You are either bringing them booze or dealing blackjack.
Yeah.
You're doing something. There's some vice. There's some vice world. You're rub and tug. You're doing something. You don't tip the plumber who comes to your house. You don't tip the electrician that comes to your house. You don't tip the guy at the Home Depot who gets the rolling ladder and goes up a story and gets, measuring off anchor chain for you and cuts it and wraps it, puts the thing on it and hands it to you. No tip for him. There's no tip. There's no tip for cops or firemen. There's no tips for any. I did construction my entire life. I never got a fucking tip. But you bring me booze at an airport and we got to tip you out? A thing any 14-year-old could do. Any 14-year-old could do what 90% of tip jobs any 14-year-old could do. I mean it. What is a tip job? Like you don't tip surgeons. You don't tip skilled people. You don't tip your lawyer. I mean, like fucking billable hours that gouge the shit out of you. But you don't. Where's the tipping in our society? It's massage. Okay.
Uber Eats.
Yeah. Uber drivers, delivery guys, people that either bring you booze or carbs or get you addicted to gambling or sex. It's all vice. It's all people being bad.
Yeah.
It's uneducated people with zero experience, no life skills. By the way, if you just said, look, tomorrow I got a magic wand. You go, we can get rid of, I can get rid of a group. Okay, who are we going to get rid of? Air traffic controllers. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not. Cops. Nope, don't do it. Firemen. Nope. Loggers. Nope, don't do that. Farmers. Nope, don't. Surgeons. Nope. People who get tips. Yeah, we can probably get rid of I don't see like we would need them. Fucking 40-year-old dudes with ponytails and fucking high school education. Like we don't need people who get tips.
Yeah.
And they can all be replaced the following day. Air traffic controller, surgeon, fireman cannot be replaced later that day. Tip people that day. All of them. You're worthless. We should be taxing you at a higher rate.
More tax on tips.
More tax on tips.
Yeah.
That's the unpopular opinion.
Well, first
I'm
off,
with you.
let me tell you about the siren song of tipping.
Yeah.
You got some chick, right? She's 23. She's making more money than a fucking school teacher and a fireman combined working at a nice restaurant or a nice club, right?
Yeah.
But let's check in with her when she's 40. Time not been so good, been partying a little with some of the customers and so on and so forth. Now you get this poor person and they're in the worst position anyone can be in. Like a 40-year-old dude or a 50-year-old dude or 50-year-old dude. Zero skill. No skill. Your skill set is bringing plates from one place to another place. You bring plates and a glass. Your number one skill is probably, if I'm being honest, carrying a full martini through a restaurant and not spilling it. Don't you think?
Yeah.
That's your number one skill. And now you're old because you couldn't walk away from this shit. I've had these people where they go like, fuck, man, I used to make $400 a night bartending. Now I'm a fucking, dad wants me to go to CPA school or something like that. Like, I don't want to take half the money and sit somewhere all day. Yeah, but at some point you get old and you're still a fucking bartender. I was in Hawaii, had the families and the friends and the friends and the families and the whatever. It was like my turn to pay. And there's a guy, just 45-year-old dude, just waiter, and he was serving our table, whatever. And I was like, all right, give him the bill was $800 or $700. It was expensive. Bunch of people, drinks and stuff like that. I was like, give the guy $200 or something. Everyone's like, oh, give him $250. Never complain. I was like, who cares? And it's like, well, this is how he makes it. Yeah, he's 45. He has no plan. He's never left this thing because he gets tipped so well these guys. Why the fuck should a bartender or waitress at a nice restaurant make much more than a school teacher, a cop, or a fireman? The school teacher gets taxed and tipped. I mean, not tipped, but taxed, right? No tip, tax. Fireman, no one says, let's not tax cops. Let's not tax firemen. Let's not tax school teachers. All we do is complain, school teachers don't get paid enough. First off, they never fucking work. School teachers never work. They have 3.5 months off during the summer. They take every fucking holiday. Every Martin Luther King, Arbor Day, whatever. It's all off. Every third Monday is a free day where they study at home or whatever. But fuck, school teachers never work. They don't work half the year. Okay. But the complaint is they don't get paid. Okay, well, if I had a job where I didn't work for the entire summer, okay. Well, why don't we do a thing where we go, let's not tax school teachers. Let's incentivize people to go. And with this talk that we do all the time, where these people don't get paid enough. They don't have enough money to live in the neighborhood they work in. The cops, the firemen, they don't make enough money to live in the neighborhood they serve. Good. Don't tax them. But let's tax the shit out of the people that are just bringing people booze. All you do is bring people booze. That's all you do. And carbs. Okay. All right. I'll thin it out more.
All right.
If you're low end tip gig like Uber Eats or something, you're dropping pizzas off and stuff, fine. We won't tax it. Also, but I don't want to incentivize. Why are we attracting people to a skillless, endless, dead-end job where you just bring people booze and carbs? Any parent ever look at their young son and go, I hope one day he's a bartender, or he brings people food, or he deals pinochle? Is that a wish? Is that a goal? No. Why is that incentive? We're attracting. Now you go, fuck, bartender at a decent steakhouse not being taxed on tips, you're going to make twice as much as a school teacher. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Why train? Why
we have a cutout for the Benihana chef?
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Look, here the cutout is if at some point during the course of your job, you take a spatula and flip a shrimp tail into your hat.
Yeah.
We're not taxing.
I mean,
we're not taxing that. You're fucking.
That's a skill.
That's
Argue
a
all you
skill.
want.
That is a skill. Yeah, that guy could have been a surgeon. Probably, I'd let him operate on me, honestly. Yeah, Benihana, cut out for Benihana. Good point. All the rest, no. But we're not going to tax tips. We will tax tips, but we're not going to tax school teachers. So come on down.
What if plumbers start low bidding their jobs, but letting you know you have to tip me? Like it's a $500 job. I'm going to charge you $100, but you have to give me a $400 tip. So I don't get taxed on it.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I I think they're going to limit it to service industry stuff, but I would be down with having jobs that, let's say, didn't attract people traditionally.
Won't this like make some exploits? Like people will go, okay, now I'm in service industry. You know,
I think you're going to have to work at a bar, or restaurant, or at a casino, or something like that.
And it only goes up to $25,000.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So that the bottle service girl will start having to pay
tax free though. 25 grand tax free. That's you're paying $12,000, $10,000 in taxes on that 25. So that's a shitload of money.
Yep. Comedians never get a tip. We should get tips because we're the truth tellers. The thing that's funny, I forgot, but I put Ozzy in a movie called The Hammer, and he just played himself, but he was the star of the movie. And Pete Berg, who's done every action, Friday Night Lights and everything, was in here. And he saw The Hammer years ago, and he said, that guy who played Ozzy.
I remember him vaguely too. I haven't seen.
That was amazing. Who is that actor? I was like, that's Ozzy. That's just a dude. How'd you cast him? I was like, cast him. We built apartments together when we were in our
the whole
20s
movie
and
is
30s.
built around him.
Yeah. All right. What do you got? Some news?
You know what? First up, we got some science news. The sci-fi fairy tale of de-extinction may become a reality. Colossal Laboratories, the ominous name, and biosciences have revived dire wolves from extinction. It's like a wolf, but bigger and woolly.
Oh, and this is
some footage right here. Yeah, apparently these little pups grew like twice the size of a full-grown wolf only in 6 months.
All right, well, first things first. I want to say this about movie plots and themes. When you do Jurassic Park and you go, wait a minute, where are these dinosaurs coming from? And they go, well, they're mosquitoes who stung them 10 million years ago, and they're encased in amber now.
Hey, Mr. DNA, where'd DNA come from?
Right.
From your blood.
That's right. Okay, and then I, as a viewer, I say to myself, okay, I'm in. It's feasible enough. I couldn't do it, but I could imagine a world where one day it was done.
Suspend that disbelief.
Right. But then there's movies where it's like these two guys switch personalities. What happened? Well, they were peeing into the same fountain when lightning hit the fountain. And I go, how does that make them switch personalities? And they go, no. You see, in Liar, Liar, yeah, Jim Carrey's son, yeah, he wished at his birthday party, his 6th birthday, he wished that Jim Carrey would stop lying. And I go, okay. And you wish your dad would stop throwing beer bottles at you, right? Did it work?
No.
No, I wish my dad made some fucking money and we could go out to eat every once in a while. But did it work?
No.
No. So what I need is something more than a 6-year-old wishing before he blows out a candle on a birthday cake, or two dudes pissing into a fountain at the same time when lightning strikes. I need some DNA in the blood.
This is science fact. Their gene editing technology called CRISPR enabled the scientists to re-edit the genes of gray wolves to live today, the closest living relative. So they just reorganized their DNA, and out comes a dire wolf.
So this is going to lead to things that we can't anticipate.
To be honest, there's already things like CRISPR has been used to make cats glow in the dark.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's already getting weird out there, Carolla, I'm telling you.
Well, okay, but here's where it's really going. It's really, first off, every piece of technology always ends up in porn.
Oh, yeah.
It's always porn.
Genetically engineered
it all
huge
starts
hog.
off as great. Like the internet starts off as you could do your taxes over the computer or something, and then it's always porn. Everything ends up being porn.
All roads lead to porn.
At some point, like 300 years from now, you're going to go, well, Taylor Swift never did any porn, did she? Well, she didn't. But we got some of her DNA. And we're going to build Taylor Swift, and she's going to do porn. And now there's legalities.
Yeah,
Does the estate of Taylor Swift get money from her porn doppelganger?
I'm just asking if Adam Carolla clone, who's pushing his dick around in a shopping cart, gets the banger.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, then they start charging to lay down with Taylor Swift.
Damn, you're right.
Now, there was a story, and I've told you guys a million years ago, that a guy, like a rancher, had a prized longhorn steer.
Yeah.
It had some euphemistic name like Lucky or something. And the University of Austin or something cloned him.
Ooh.
It was like the first cloned steer. And you can look it up, Jesse. The first cloned... It's a cloned steer. It's been 15, 20 years, but it's like a cloned longhorn. And the guy who's a beloved longhorn owner who died, but the steer died, but then he got his clone steer, and he was like reunited with his clone steer. But the thing was evil.
I was going to say, did it have a mustache?
It was like Hasselhoff.
Oh, no.
And Knight Rider when his evil twin drives a semi-truck. The rancher in Texas, he cloned his prized Texas Longhorn steer named Watson, who had the longest horns of any longhorn in the world.
What was the clone's name? Sherlock?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. After he was castrated, the breeder saw the potential. Anyway, the thing gored him.
Get the
and
fuck
it
out
gored
of
a
here.
few other people because he was cloned, but he wasn't the same.
Cruel twist of fate.
Yeah, there's a whole story. You guys can look it up, but it doesn't always work
If you're
out.
used to Watson, you go ahead and pet his snout all the time, and then you walk up on Sherlock and he fucks you up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got my dog, Phil. He's the greatest. He's a big dude. He's a lover. And if someone cloned him, I'd walk up and go, Phil, and then he'd bite me. So that's what happens. So it's not all like Taylor Swift could punch you in the cock when you were going to lay down with her. We don't know that it'd be the same as this one.
Yeah.
All right. So it's on. I mean, we're heading to Jurassic Park.
We're here.
So
we're living in it.
It's like a million years ago in the Dick Tracy cartoon, like the commissioner would call and he'd hit his watch and he'd see a picture of the commissioner and go, Commissioner. And you'd go, oh, come on. That's never. We're here.
Yeah.
So we're going to be here. So my son's son will get to have sex with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or whoever.
Three-way with two-headed Sabrina Carpenter.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Me too.
Moving on, Bill Maher says he doesn't hate Trump and says he's one of the most effective politicians. Yeah, on Sunday's episode of Club Random podcast, Maher said, here we go.
Trump really is one of the most effective politicians, whatever you think of the policy and him as a person, just as a politician, just understanding that always lean in to being more who you are. The people are not savvy about issues, but they smell a phony a mile away. And that kind of shit, nobody else does it. You know, there's a couple of times when, look, I've been his biggest critic for good reason. And when he got reelected, I said, I'm not going to pre-hate anything. And then the first week I said, well, there's lots of things I hate because I do. Okay, there's some things I don't hate also, but the way he can do that and sometimes kind of make me go, oh man, I got to give it up. Like when he did that thing where the guy came in from the Taliban and he said, this is an aerial picture of your house. If during our withdrawal, one American is hurt, just know I know where you live. I was like, oh, can we just play the music now? Because
gangster.
I don't care. It's Donald Trump and he's the worst person ever, blah, blah, blah. I fucking love that. One time they were doing something was going on and he said, you know what? When you come after New York, you got to go through me. It's like, oh, hometown boy. You know, he has those moments that no other politician has. And the Democrats have to find that guy.
Yeah, they're not in the current Democratic roster. They're not going to find that guy because it's kind of an interesting. There's an inauthenticity to these guys, and it's kind of insane. I don't know. I liked a Tim Waltz. There's a Tim Waltz tweet that I liked from last night, which is kind of interesting because they do their. He's kind of the problem with them, which is doing a simulation of a person, but not actually being that person.
Like kowtowing to the weakest of the weak and pulling everybody's level down to that level. Seems like. Yeah,
trying to come across as a dude. There's nothing worse than a weird dude trying to come across as a regular dude. That never works. It's sort of like a nerd goes and buys cowboy boots. So he thinks it's going to dude him up. And then you see a guy walking weird in cowboy boots. And now you take notice and you go, it's worse than fucking sneakers. You're not helping your cause by attempting to do this simulation of a dude. But he gave this speech. Yeah, here it is. It's so weird. It's uncanny to me, but I think it means the audience thinks. You think the audience is stupid, and maybe they are. It's this bizarre approach with who's paying taxes, which, by the way, it's been going on for a long time. I told you guys, my mom said to me 8 years ago, she's like, but rich people don't pay taxes. I go, the fuck we don't. You don't pay taxes. I pay a shitload in taxes. I've cut the government a check for $2 million. Don't tell me I don't pay taxes. I pay taxes. Rich people pay taxes. Now, they look for ways to pay less taxes.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what people do when the government wants a check for $2 million. They try to get it down to 1.7.
Reduce your exposure.
But listen to his assessment of rich people and their relationship with taxes. And God, do I wish he was correct. I wish he was right. Here we go.
I think Democrats supporting families, supporting the working class, supporting unions, but I think we have to separate and have a message here. It's okay in America to be successful. We should celebrate that when people are successful. What my beef is, once you get successful, don't be a greedy bastard and not pay your taxes. Don't do that. Pay your tax and do that. And
all right, hold on for a second. The audience, a smattering of applause for work hard, be successful, start a business. That's like a polite golf, like, right. Pay your taxes, greedy bastard. Woo! That's a knockout at the UFC. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and work hard, start a business, make your money. But hey, man, once you make money, come on, don't be greedy. Pay your taxes. First off, it's not optional. I ask Wesley Snipes if it's optional. Ask me. I cut a check for $2 million. If it was optional, I wouldn't have done it. They make you pay your taxes, and if they don't, they fucking throw you in jail. They'll take away your passport if you owe. I owed them money. I tried to travel out of the country. They're like, no. You're not traveling out.
Really?
Yeah, you owe us money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so try not paying them. Tim Walz, his portrayal of greedy people is just like, I made a lot of money, not going to pay my taxes. I'll keep it all. I'm living in California.
It's like cartoonish.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
When I go to the supermarket and I buy my food and then they do the sales tax, I'm going to tell them to fuck right off. Sorry, bitches. Sorry, lady who works at Gelson's. You get nothing. And then when I buy like a home computer and it's like $2,200, but there's another 10% on for taxes, you know what I'm going to do? Pound sand, dude, at Mac's store. Fuck right off. I'm greedy. I'm rich and I'm greedy. So I'm going to stop paying. And you know when I register my car at the DMV and they're like, it's $587, I'm going to go, fuck off, man. Give me those tags. I'll take those tags. You get nothing. Yeah. I'm going to call Tony, my accountant, after the show and go, hey, man, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but what the fuck?
Tony, you're fired.
You're fired, Tony, because Tim Walz has said this is voluntary, evidently. I thought we were... I thought we were compelled to do this by law, but I didn't know it was just a choice. Because we've been suckers, man. Paying hundreds of thousands of dollars every quarter. Yeah, let's hear his taxing one more time. It is awesome.
So don't be a greedy bastard and not pay your taxes. Don't do that.
No.
Pay your tax and do that. And let those young men who see this, now I would argue this, we're creating a false narrative from them that everybody is super rich and has Lamborghinis and life is easy, but that's what we're going to have to figure out in our society about social media and all those things.
All right,
but I don't think...
okay. This 10-cent tard should not be in charge of any policy because he doesn't know how policy works, evidently. He thinks we're in some sort of voluntary system where Elon Musk agrees to pay whatever he thinks he wants to pay for tax. First off, everyone is greedy. So you fucking do a fight, you make $100,000, and then the promoter goes, yeah, I need 15% of that. You would like to go, you know what? I'll give you $500, but I'm keeping the rest. You know what I mean? That's what I would like. I go out, bust my ass, play a bunch of clubs, and then someone goes, you know what? I booked all those shows, so I need 10%. I'd like to go, you know what? I'm the guy who got on an airplane, so here's $10. And something I got from Gelson's. I bought a papaya. Didn't pay tax on it because I told the bitch I wasn't paying taxes, and I waltzed out of the place. And that's my move. You know my move? It's a non-tax move. Yeah. So his approach to this is greedy guys. By the way, it's like you're talking to 9-year-olds with a learning disability. Like, hey, greedy guys. And they're like, okay, they're not greedy guys. They're business owners. They have payroll.
Everybody's trying to keep all their money.
And they're trying to keep as much as they can. I'll put it to you this way. Let's put it to you this way. I get on a plane. I go to the Desert Ridge Improv. I drive to the Burbank Airport. I park my car at the valet, $40 a night. I drag my luggage into the airport. I buy a ticket. I take a crowded Southwest flight to Phoenix, land on a Friday, check into the hotel, which I pay for, and then do 2 shows that night, and then come back to the hotel at 12:30 at night. And then the following day, I get up again and I do 2 shows again. And then I go back to the hotel again. And then on Sunday, I do 1 show. I pay for all the meals. I pay for the hotel. I pay for the flights. And on Monday morning, I get on a crowded Southwest flight and I fly back to Burbank so I can be at work here on a Monday afternoon. Okay. I'm going to turn it to you, Tim Walz. How much of that money do you think you deserve? How much do you deserve? How much do you deserve of that money, Tim? Would I be greedy if I just said I want to keep 90% of it? Would I be greedy?
I'm a greedy man. Pay your taxes.
You want 40% of it and you don't even know I left the house. So shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. And by the way, all you dumb shits in the audience that are flapping your flippers at this shit, you're going nowhere. You're going to be losers. Do not get this mindset. Give us some money. Come on, man. Okay. I want to hear it one more time. I just go back to the start.
You just enjoy being pissed.
Go back to the start. He's such a fucking 10-cent head. And by the way, he knows he's in government. He knows this isn't how it works. He goes, I'm talking to dopes. I'm talking to poor, dumb fucking people. So I'm going to pop a Mountain Dew and look like a poor, dumb people and feed them shit that's going to make them applause because they're poor and they're dumb.
Doritos for the soul.
Yeah, here we go.
I think Democrats supporting families, supporting the working class, supporting unions, but I think we have to separate and have a message here. It's okay in America to be successful. We should celebrate that when people are successful. What my beef is, once you get successful, don't be a greedy bastard and not pay your taxes. Don't do that.
Yeah. Woo!
Pay your tax and do that.
Yeah, do that.
And
okay.
Let those
he says nothing. He says nothing. This is
Let
nothing.
those young men-
Stop it. This doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. We have a code. It's enforced. You will be put in jail, or lien will be put on your building, or levies, or whatever, plus interest, plus penalties. There's a system. That evidently he's unaware of this system, or he is. He's a fucking lying sack of shit trying to pretend to be a human being. And he's in front of clearly dumb people. It's the same idiots 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when Obama was like, you start a business? You didn't do that yourself. Somebody else did that. And everyone's like, woo! It's like, okay, fucking hack, lazy losers. Okay, somebody else started your business. Okay.
Well, let me lighten the mood a bit, all right? Jay Leno visits Sacramento to support classic car smog exemption bill.
Yes.
Yeah, the bill will be known as the Leno Law, or Leno's Law. SB 712 proposes full exemptions for collector vehicles 35 years and older.
35 and older?
Yep.
You know what you want out of a law? You want it named after you while you're alive, but you don't want it named after your daughter. That means she's gone.
You're done.
If you're named after your daughter, she's gone.
Oh, damn.
Somebody took her. She got abducted. You don't want Sarah's Law because it's like, oh, what the fuck happened to Sarah?
Yeah, and your phone will beep.
But you take, Bill Burr's Law because that'd be something cool.
Yeah.
All right, so what Jay? Sorry, we got Jay talking or just a picture?
This one's important to me because I'm an enthusiast. I have a car bought in 1989. I still use it today. It's only got 27,000 miles on it. It looks brand new. But to get it smogged, I got to go, I'm in Burbank. I have to go to Downey. I have to go somewhere to try and find a smog station. How many miles I put more miles on it looking for smog stations than I do driving the thing. But it's true. I mean, I try to be the typical California enthusiast. During the week, I drive an electric car. My garage is all green. We have solar panels on the roof. We try to get off the grid as much as we can. And we try to do it in a way that we use environmentally safe products, biodegradable products when working on automobiles. And, they've come to my garage and given it the green sticker. So we try to do things the right way. But it's just hard when you have a vehicle that's not modified in any way. For example, if you have an old car and it's smoking, it doesn't matter how old it is, you're going to get a ticket. It's just not a well-maintained vehicle. But most enthusiasts maintain their cars to almost better than new condition, at least the people I know. And it just makes it such a hardship. Something that's legal in Nevada or Washington State, you drive right over the border and now your car is illegal and you can't have it in California. It's not even like we're looking for something special. Everybody else is 25 years. We're 35 years, so we do an extra 10 on there just to hopefully get a bit back. But
yeah, I mean, look, how many people these days have an older vehicle, no catalytic converter and, carburetors and whatever.
Everyone, if you live in Cuba.
Yeah, if you live in Cuba, everyone's driving a 55 Chevy.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, where are the smog checks in Cuba? I should open it. You should open a smog check place in Cuba. That's where you're going to make your money. And then when you do make your money, you got to not be greedy. You got to give us some of that money back, okay?
Pay the taxes, to the communist regime.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. So here's the deal. I don't even know what we're talking about because there's almost no classic cars around. They don't get driven very much and so on and so forth. I do know there's 1,000 leaf blowers burning 2-stroke oil with no catalytic converter at any given time within 3 blocks of this place. So unless you guys have outlawed power mower leaf blowers, internal combustion leaf blowers, I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I all day, every day, there's an army of leaf blowers in every neighborhood in Southern California. They're just blowing away. This black soot's just shooting out of the exhaust, and it's waking everyone up who's taking a nap. And unless you want to address that, I don't want to hear about Jay Leno and his Tornado, his 69 Oldsmobile Tornado.
Under existing law, cars insured as collector vehicles and built in model year 1975 or earlier are exempt from portions of the biennial smog test, but vehicles manufactured after 1976 must meet emissions requirements upon transfer of ownership and registration in California smog check program. This would eliminate those stipulations entirely, offering full exemption without the need for additional checks.
Well, look, the theme over here is always the same. Just stop making rules to get in our pocket to impose more of your.
It's like
your
extra
stuff
taxes on top of normal taxes.
Well,
and then you got parking tickets and speeding tickets. It's like dumbass taxes.
You know what? I'm going out to dinner tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm buying, and I'm with a friend, and I'm going to a steakhouse, and that bill could come to $300.
Mm-hmm.
And then under it, it's going to have another thing that says tax, and it's going to be like $33. I ain't paying that.
Yeah, don't.
I'll go, listen, here's $300. Here's $50 for the tip, but I'm not paying.
Send a bill to Tim Waltz.
Send a bill to Tim Waltz. Mm-hmm.
Hey, next up, we got the richest women in the world, 2025. The richest woman of all is Walmart heir Alice Walton, whose fortune stands at an estimated $101 billion.
Well, I want to say this. I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna say it. Somebody tweeted me this, and it was a story. I think we can find it. It was a story from Forbes, and they were like, there's 67 billionaires who are women, but that's still woefully less than male billionaires. And we need to do a lot of work to get the women caught up to the males. And I was like, I thought billionaires were evil. Weren't you telling us billionaires? Why do you want more bitches to be billionaires if billionaires are evil, or women billionaires aren't evil? I think is what is that what I'm getting? So nobody needs to be a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So women remain. So according to Forbes, who probably thinks Elon Musk is evil, Forbes says women remain woefully underrepresented on the 2025 list. But so out of 3,000 billionaires, there's only 406 that are women. Now, that's on the planet. First off, I don't know if you can use the word woefully when you're talking about billionaires.
I know.
Now, she's struggling because she only has 827 million. So she's just fucking getting by. That bitch over there has only got $750 million. She can't afford formula. She can't afford formula for a child. Woefully. Oh, yes, you're right. You give me one more thing to worry about. Oh, man, what's going on in the Middle East? What's going on with China tariffs? And now women not being represented in the billionaire department. They're woefully. There's 406 women who are billionaires.
Here's an interesting...
and many who are multi-millionaires.
Well, I'll have you know that 9 of the 10 wealthiest women on the list inhirted their fortunes.
I tweeted this out. And
I knew you'd like that.
I said, look, okay. First off, we need 2 lists. We already have 2 lists. You have the male list and the female list. You probably have the black list. I mean, you'll do all the lists. You'll segregate all the lists. We need inherited it list that don't lump her in with the Spanx chick who fucking sewed the shit in her garage and went to swap meets in the 80s and sold this shit, out of a van. Why should she get lumped in with the chick that just slept with the dude who started the business?
The richest self-made woman on the list is Rafaela Apont-Diamant, the Swiss co-founder of the world's largest shipping line, whose net worth is $37.7 billion. She ranks as the 5th wealthiest woman of all, and one of just 113 self-made women on the list. Others include Oprah Winfrey and Taylor Swift.
So, all right. I just tweeted out, why are you worried about women not being billionaires if being a billionaire makes you evil? So they're a little inconsistent here because they're woefully underrepresented. But then a lot of people tweeted me how many women inherited this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got divorced. My ex-wife has a lot more money than I have, so I get it. She has a lot more money than I have.
A sensitive subject, then.
Well, yeah, but she didn't do anything. She didn't earn any of it. She just
Didn't write one single rant.
Not one rant. Inspired a few.
Inspired many.
Many. You're right. That's a good point. Think of it that way. So I don't know, but listen, who cares? And I do want a separate list of inherited the money. That's all.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the list would just be all the other ones other than the 113. So let's subtract what was it?
Wait,
300.
it was
113 self-made, and then 3,028 billionaires. So there you go. There's your list. Self-made versus.
There's 400 women billionaires, woefully underrepresented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I wonder
mistake,
if they're talking. I wonder if that's part of when they do the Million Woman March.
Yeah.
And they all take to the streets. Do you think this is part of what they're asking for? There's not enough female billionaires?
Well, another fun fact is that none of these bitches pay taxes.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's how they got to be billionaires. Start paying your taxes. All right. You got another story?
No, that's it, bud.
Oh, that's it?
I was going to pontificate about the strength of Miriam Adelson. The top 10 is Melinda Gates.
Well, Melinda Gates just got divorced.
Exactly. She got the money. The wife of, or ex-wife, I should say, of Jeff Bezos is on the list. Jacqueline Mars
Listen,
of Mars
can I say
fame.
this? Can I say this?
Yep.
When you apply for like certain things in life, like when you're filling out paperwork, right?
Yep.
And they'll go, I don't know, maybe it's just for unemployment or disability or something, or maybe it's a dating app. You know?
Right.
And you go, your annual income is, $10,000 to $30,000, $25,000 to $50,000, $50,000 to $75,000, and then at some point they just go $100,000 and above.
Yeah.
Because all right, you made enough to qualify.
But that's a big
whatever.
gulf,
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying with Belinda Gates.
Yeah.
She can't get by with $400 million. You know what I mean? She's 56 years old. That's not what I'm saying is does it? It's like child support. Child support is just a percentage. So my dad didn't make any money. So my child support would have been $30 a month, Right. But if my dad was a LeBron James, then the child support would be $87,000 a month.
And you play on the Lakers.
And he'd play on the Lakers.
Yeah.
And I'd be a different man.
Yeah.
But what my point is does any child need $87,000 a month? Is what I'm saying. Like, why don't we cap it? So, like, somebody go, look, this guy is a super rich dude. This guy hosts a late night show and he makes $30 million a year. And he's getting divorced and he has a 10-year-old. So they go, all right, well, let's just run the calculation. All right, he needs to pay $251,000 a month in child support. And then I would go, what child needs $251,000 a month to be raised? Like, why don't we just fucking cap it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, cap child support at $25K a month. Who needs more than $1,000 a month, a day, I should say, to raise their kid? And it should be that way with divorce shit too. Like Melinda Gates, look, Bill Gates is worth $50 billion. You didn't do anything to earn that $50 billion. Why are you taking $25 billion? Why don't you take $1 billion?
Yeah.
And then he'll take 49, and then you'll still be richer than everyone else on the planet. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess
it would make sense.
Yeah, I guess the thought process is the standard of living. They don't want the standard of living for that person to go down.
They don't do it in California. Yeah, it's a standard of living thing, but why is you got to be the Queen of Sheba for the rest of your life? Why is that standards go up, standards go down?
Yeah.
I'm renting a duplex in Burbank right now. My standard of living has gone down.
Balling out of control.
My standard of living has gone down. Do you know that?
Well, yeah. I mean, just stop paying your taxes. It'll go back up.
Damn. You're right. Remind me tonight when I'm at Morton's.
All right.
That bill comes, and I'm just going to circle whatever the tax is. I'll
Just scratch that part out.
Now, you know what I'll tell her? I'll tell my waitress, look, let's see, what do we got? 20%, $60, $300 bill, $60, right? Mm-hmm. California would be like $33 in taxes.
Yep.
I'll go, listen, I'm in a good mood. I give you the $300 for the steak and potatoes. I'm not paying my taxes because, I'm greedy. But you get a $60 tip. Now, if you want to take $33 out of the tip I'm giving you, you'll be down to $27. But if you're going to get into trouble, I'm not. I decide not to do this. I like my money. But you can go ahead and take some of the money out of your tip and put it toward the taxes if that's what you choose to do. But I was watching Tim, and I've figured out that I've been played for a fool and a sucker, and I'm not paying these taxes. Okay? And then the next day I'm going to do the same thing at the supermarket. And if I buy it like an RV or something, I'm doing the same thing.
How long before the IRS shows up and just battering rams your door and snatches you up out of that Burbank apartment?
Well, I will say this. There's no such thing as debtor's prison. Like the guy who rented my warehouse in Burbank a million years ago and never paid me rent and owed me $50,000, nothing we could do about him. There's nothing the government could do about him. But if you owe the government money, you will fucking go to prison. There is
a snatched up blade. There is put him in prison.
There's a debtor's prison that you think went out in old English days. No. We have debtor's prison. It's called owing the government money, not owing me money, not owing the landlord money, not the taxpayer money, not him. There's no prison.
You're walking around in manacles like that man in the iron mask.
Yeah, but there is prison for people who owe the government money. So just think about that. Next time you want to expand government, I guess. All right. I want to thank Josh Duhamel for coming in here and having a thoughtful conversation. Ransom Canyon, Netflix, coming up. Me, tomorrow, in, comedy, doing stand-up, American Comedy Club in San Diego. Come on by and say hi. 2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows Saturday. Go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. Until next time, Adam Carolla for Mayhem and Josh Duhamel saying mahalo.
This is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Brad's got a lot of dates. Very funny stand-up. Out here in SoCal, basically, Riverside, Anaheim, Thousand Oaks. Mm-hmm. You go to bradwilliamscomedy.com and you see those dates.
Play in the theaters now, Adam.
I love it.
We're in the theaters. We're not saying I'm not going back to the clubs at some point. I'm not that delusional. But for right now, I'm playing the theaters. I'm going to make that money while I can.
So much easier.
Bro.
So much easier. Mm-hmm. And it'll also show the internet. Here's the thing. If you know shit, you'll be smarter in the internet. Because I ran into this last night. It was like Gallagher Brothers, comedian. My son's like, Noel Gallagher. Nope. Not him.
Not him.
He's from a band. Yeah, you will do it.
Well, you're going to be the one that saves him.
Ronald Gallagher's not touring. Sorry. He died.
What?
Oh.
Ron Gallagher's out, too? The Gallagher line
looks
is
like
ended.
January 2nd of this year.
Oh, he just died. By the way, you can that'll be the lead. No, not touring anymore. We'll do the math after we find out his death.
Wait, Adam?
Adam, breaking news.
Oh boy.
Adam, I don't know if we can verify this source. I swear to God, I'm looking at the internet right now because there's literally a brother, Ronald Gallagher, who is a priest who died on the same day. That might be the obituary that they're talking about because this Gallagher brother has very little of a digital footprint, so to speak. We can't find anything about this guy anyway.
I believe he looks like Gallagher. I mean, that'll help.
At least when he was touring as Gallagher too, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying he faked his own death? All right.
So he may or may not be bookable.
Yeah, it doesn't. It appears that Ron Gallagher doesn't have, his brother does not have a Wikipedia page.
That's fine. Check his LinkedIn.
Yeah, the guy who looks like Andy Griffith when he's 81 is not the Gallagher that we're thinking about. Common name. All right, what do you got, Mayhem?
All right, first up, an Australian family is in disbelief after a stranger allegedly snuck into their home half a dozen times and used their swimming pool without permission.
I'm a fan.
We got some footage here. Yeah, apparently he would just, there we go.
Authorities are investigating a series of bizarre break-ins in New Farm after a stranger snuck into a family swimming pool.
Yeah, just
the paddle pincher caught on camera half a dozen times, but the family has no idea who he is.
A quick peek before popping into the pool.
It just feels a little bit entitled.
But this is no regular post-workout dip. This is not this man's house, nor his pool. But he's certainly treating it like it is. Making
Hold on a
himself at
second.
home.
I like that he's doing laps the short way.
That's how I do laps.
He's not going to get a big workout.
Yeah. That's all a lap to me.
Yeah, it's pretty generous to call this a pool. It's a glorified koi pond. That's a lap pool, and it's not even really a lap pool. But all right, he's in the pool.
But this is no regular post-workout dip. This is not this man's house, nor his pool. But he's certainly treating it like it is, making himself at home in Holly Stevens' backyard at least 5 times since January.
Essentially open up the back gate, look inside the house, and then check no one's home, jump in the pool. So we've come to the conclusion he's obviously scoping out the property whilst we're just make sure no one's home.
The sneaky swimmer even taking off his shoes at the front door of the New Farm home before loosening out his limbs in luxury.
He's like sweaty, has sneakers on and is running. And then he's stretching in the pool after a run, which is honestly very gross because it's just like this guy that we don't know. He's coming in sweaty and swimming.
Holly says they've caught the dirty dipper nearly half a dozen times, but believe he's been secretly making a splash even more often than that.
We installed better CCTV after about the second time.
All right, can we pause it? I like the idea. I want to live wherever this news broadcast is, because this is their idea of crime watch.
Right.
Ours
this is a utopia.
Homeless guy with a rusty machete.
Yeah.
Decapitated 2 other homeless guys who are napping on a bench and then turned the machete on a special needs child.
Yeah.
Like, this is not stretching in a lap pool.
Right.
We should all have this kind of crime in our neighborhood.
You know what? If I found out a guy was using my lap pool in my backyard, clearly he knows where I live. He knows what's going on. I would start leaving out like cookies for him, like Santa Claus. Like, hey, buddy.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't have a hot tub. They'd catch me throwing a beat.
Yeah, I would adhere myself to this man. I would start being friendly to him because he doesn't mind coming to my backyard when I'm not home.
He's not robbing the house. It's like a little bit of a neighborhood watch situation going on. And listen, I used to do this. I've told you that. I did it in my neighbor's pool almost on a nightly basis. So I cannot find quarrel with this guy because I engaged in this behavior myself. I slept in a garage. It was 110 degrees. I had no air conditioning. It was the dog days of summer. I work construction, and I would climb over that fence and dip myself in that pool every night. I didn't wear trunks either, but I did it like 3. I didn't do it when I went to bed. I would go to bed at like 11 o'clock, and then somewhere around 3:30 in the morning, I'd wake up covered in my own sweat and go, oh, God, I got to cool down.
The
and that's when I'd get in my
sent
neighbor's.
you there.
Yeah, I'd get my neighbor's pool.
Plot twist, that's his family used to live at that house, so that's why he feels so comfy.
And by the way, he doesn't look bad in his trunks. You know, I gotta say.
Good looking dude.
All right, this is not a real crime issue, and I did it, so I'm fine. And that's not much of a pool.
G'day,
She needs to
Australia.
get over yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got Jay Leno says he made a mistake letting Jimmy Kimmel humiliate him on a show. I don't know if we could find the clip, but there's in 2010, Kimmel made an appearance on Leno's show and called him out on his decision. You know, kind of made a joke. No,
I didn't.
All right, it's fine. He said when he asked what the greatest pranks that he ever pulled, Kimmel said, I told a guy that 5 years from now I'm going to give you my show, and then when 5 years came, I gave it to him and then took it back almost instantly. So he kind of took shots at the whole Coco situation, and Conan didn't get the show. And Leno is saying that he humiliated me on my own show. I let it happen, and I didn't edit it. It was my mistake. I trusted somebody. I went, I made a mistake. And okay, I should pay the price. I really wish I could do a Jay Leno.
and it's fine. It's really fine. I mean, I could edit it out of the show.
I don't know.
That was my attempt. Sorry, guys.
That was closer to Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
I see what I'm saying?
That was Iago.
I will say it is top 10 in the 185 division of the UFC in terms of impressions of Leno.
Right.
But just generally, no.
Sure.
But I will look. I remember I was with Kimmel when all this beef was going down. The problem was, okay, somehow, God, it was a weird time. You were either Team Leno or Team Letterman. Back in the day.
I remember.
Yep.
I like that we'd need a picture of both of them. What do those two gents look like again? You can get rid of the picture. We don't need pictures. You can find the clip, which we could have found, maybe, but we don't need the picture of the two. All right, so listen.
We don't need it. We don't need it. Everyone knows what I look like.
No, you can't talk. You got to go.
That's demons.
You got demons. Yeah. So Howard Stern loved Letterman, and then he hated Leno. And then Jimmy loved Howard Stern. So they were Team Letterman. Letterman is a dick, by the way, and Leno's nice. But I did prefer the comedic stylings of Letterman over Leno, but I didn't know why we had to do a Hatfields and the McCoys here. They're both just guys who get $30 million a year to do late night.
You just moved to America, bro? We argue about everything.
I know. And so it was. So when we started with Kimmel, it was like, fuck Leno. And I'm like, I know Leno. He's always nice. He doesn't seem to care about this or that. I don't think he has it out for you or for Letterman or forever. No. Now, there's things in books and things portrayed in late night, docudramas and things like that may suggest otherwise. But Letterman is no angel either.
Sure.
And so basically all I'm saying is we're all adults. We all make a lot of money. Yeah. We all do comedy. We're living the dream. Why are we getting caught up in this? I don't get it.
I'm 1,000% with you, and I would say that this harkens back to my high school days when it was NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. You cannot be a fan of both. You had to pick a side, and you wished
Justin.
You wished death upon the other side. I was a BSB guy myself.
We're mortal enemies.
Yeah, so now we have to hate each other. No, you seem like an all right guy. I don't have to hate you because of your NSYNC links. You're a Timberlake guy now.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
But listen, when people do that with Ford versus Chevy, like they're iconic American brands. They both make a hell of a pickup truck. They make a great full-size pickup truck. I don't need a bumper sticker of Calvin pissing on the Chevy bow tie. It's like, they're guys who drive Chevys. They're American V8s. They're nice trucks, and Ford makes a nice truck too.
Totally fine.
Army-Navy game, don't need you guys fighting. We're on the same team.
Yes.
We're all fighting for the flag.
Yes.
So I don't get the feuds.
I'm American, man. I like to argue. I like to hate the other side. Sorry, that's just how I am.
All that being said, if you support Peter Dinklage, death to you. Death to you. Let's start.
See, I'm on your team.
Let's start a feud.
I will smash that guy.
Me and Dinklage.
If I see you Dinklage in the street, you better turn around.
That's right.
Security
You can only be a fan of one of us.
Yep.
Dinklage is
Williams.
Dinklage is weird. I was thinking about it. It's an unfortunate name for a short guy, Dinklage.
What? Dink.
But also for an actor, Gene Hackman was a bad name because you go, that guy's a hack. Like Hackman sounds like you're making fun
yes,
of.
I am.
He's a horrible actor. Yeah, Hackman.
Yeah.
Fucking couldn't act his way out of a paper bag, and there's a little buddy Dinklage with him.
Dude, it does sound like a denigrating term, like you call him a dink.
Yeah, he's dinky.
Racist against dwarves.
Dinky in the brain.
All right, sorry. We have Graham Bessinger sitting down with Leno.
Oh, great.
That stuff I remember. Yeah, everybody makes a big deal. When Kimmel came on my show and humiliated me in my own show, I let it happen. I didn't edit it. It was my mistake. I trusted somebody. I went, I made a mistake. Okay, I should pay the price. And it's fine. It's fine. I mean, we could have edited it out of the show.
Why didn't you?
Well, because it happened. It's real. It happened. It's my mistake. that's how you learn. You know?
Did you view it as a mistake, or is that good TV?
Well, it's not good TV for me because it started a whole thing that continues to this day, really. But it's okay. It's all right. I mean, he's a comic. You do what you got to do. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but that's okay. That's all right. That's okay.
I love the flex of doing an interview in your own warehouse surrounded by Bugattis.
Yeah.
That is like, I'm never like, it's like, yeah, I made a mistake, but here's my Bugatti that's worth $4 million.
Here's
it's like,
some of my other mistakes.
Yeah. It's like, obviously I've done a few things right in my life. But good on Leno. There's actually a really great lesson there in that he did not edit it.
Yeah, whatever. Yes. You know what I mean? Man up. No big deal. You made a mistake, and it's a joke.
Fine.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. And it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he made the mistake. He got ambushed a little bit, and that it just is what it is.
But you're going to have Kim on. You're going to have a wordsmith on, funny dude. Yeah. He's going to say some funny shit at you, especially if you went through the whole Conan O'Brien debacle.
I mean, you're a part of pop culture at that point.
Absolutely.
Late night comedians comment on pop culture.
I mean, isn't that exactly what Jay Leno did every night?
All the time.
Yeah.
So it's weird to be team both sides, but both guys did the right thing.
I didn't like Conan in this whole mix.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
I don't
man,
like him.
You didn't like Conan?
No, I'll tell you what. Well,
what did he do wrong?
He lied to me once about
Oh, shit.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Give us the dirt.
What did he lie about? What did he lie to you about?
He's kind of a puss, but
because Conan's my dude, so I'm just curious.
I'll tell you how he lied. Well, first things first. Okay. Leno was number one in the slot, and he made his promise, but he was number one. The network probably won't. Sorry, we're giving him another 3 years, until he stops being number one. And Conan's big argument is I always wanted that slot, or I always wanted me. But it'd be like me saying I always want to play center field for the Dodgers. Like, all right, that's what you want, but you don't always get what you want.
Yeah.
No, it was a very unique situation with Conan. It'll involve Kimmel. That'll probably never happen in the annals of late night TV ever again. Okay. I did Conan once alone. I did Conan, and I brought the heat, and I was getting into it with the audience and stuff like that. And Conan did a thing that always drives me nuts that he does sometimes, where he sort of slid his chair back and went like, hey, I don't know, hey, I'm not. I hate when other comedians go, I don't know, hey, I like a yes and. But anyway, he did a yet because I was being a little controversial. It was fine, but I think I rattled their cage a little bit. So then, before that, I'd done the show with Dr. Drew. When Loveline was a hot property, we came on Conan as a team.
Okay.
Then, several years after that, probably about 3 years after Drew and I had done the show, Kimmel and I were in New York for the Hugh Hefner roast on Comedy Central. Back when you were just arguing over boy bands. We were
You were working.
We were working. And we were in New York, and it was it was scheduled for about 10 days to 2 weeks after 9/11.
Yes, this is the roast where
Gilbert
Godfrey did the aristocrats joke.
Yes,
after telling 9/11 jokes and bombing, he went, fuck it, I'm doing the aristocrats joke.
That is correct.
Great moment in comedy.
That is correct.
Great moment.
I was on stage having to pee during that because that's what you have to do because it's 4 hours.
Right.
You realize they're handing you drinks.
What roast was it?
The roast of Hugh Hefner.
The roast of Hugh Hefner.
Of course.
So we were in town, but late night shows, any shows, were having real troubles with bookings because no one was getting on a plane and going to New York while the buildings were still smoldering. People are like, I'm not going fucking near an airplane, and I'm not going near New York City. Jimmy and I were like, look, we're doing the roast. We're committed to doing the roast. They already bought the tickets. Jimmy said, we're sitting in first class, and he was sitting on the aisle, and he goes, my fucking head's going to be on a swivel. I see anyone coming down this walkway, anyone close to anything that looks like a terrorist, I'm fucking on top of that guy. I go, okay, good thought. We were taxiing. He was fucking asleep. He was snoring. He was completely gone. We even got off the ground.
Never felt safer.
Asleep.
Never felt safer.
So we're in New York, and they couldn't get people to come to New York, so the late night shows were struggling. So they called Jimmy, who was, popular-ish, but not like a big celebrity or anything.
When Ben Stein's Money, Jimmy?
Probably Ben Stein's Money, Jimmy. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You got to look and see what year. Well, 01.
Man Show.
Right. Yeah,
Jimmy.
Man Show was going.
Okay.
He was, So they called him, and we're walking through Manhattan, and they said, hey, kind of last minute, you want to come on Conan tonight and do a segment? And Jimmy and I were walking, and he was like on his phone, and he kind of looked at me, and he goes, yeah, I'll do it if me and Adam can do it together. Because it's just easier. You don't have to prep as hard.
Yeah.
We'll both be funny. And
It's last minute. You have someone to bounce your stuff off of.
Yeah. And then they go, oh, we don't do teams. We don't do pairs.
Okay.
We just do individuals.
Okay.
Because Conan didn't like it the last time I was on the show, cutting it up with the audience members. But I then said, I have done the show as a team. And I may be the only person around who's done the show as a team, but with another team. And this is my second team. So this is bullshit. You do the shows with teams, because me and Dr. Drew from the Love Line were on, 2 years earlier. So I knew they didn't want me on the show. They probably could have just went, fuck Adam, we want you. But they didn't. They just said, we don't do teams. And then Jimmy said, well, then I'm not doing it. And I think that's how that story played out. But I found it interesting from a statistical standpoint when you said to Jimmy, we don't do teams, which sounded like a pretty easy out, like a Hollywood out.
Sure.
The fact that guy would have done the show, your show, with another team partner earlier is astronomical, right?
Now, the odds are insane that happened. Now, do you look at this as maybe a producer or a booker, or are you going because a lot of times I literally just had this happen to me where a manager said, oh no, Brad's not going to do that show, and then the comic reached out to me and I was like, yeah, of course I'll do that show.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
You know what? Hey, I don't know. Yeah,
you're right.
Brad, you need to bury the hatchet between Conan and Adam.
No, you're right. No, you know what? I got to tell you. It's something other than this.
Yeah, second story.
You slept with his wife.
There's this super hot blonde chick from way back in the day. It was in my improv troupe.
Okay.
Smoking hot. I had it bad for her. And I was back at her apartment with her, and I was trying to get busy with her. And she was telling me, she goes, oh, I used to date Conan, but maybe he was a writer for The Simpsons or something. It wasn't TV Conan or whatever. It was just early. This could have been 91.
Yeah. That's like fresh out of Harvard Conan.
And she's like, I really liked him, but we were starting to get into it. And he just stopped and started crying and said he missed his girlfriend or something. I was like, what the fuck? Because she was so hot. I couldn't believe it.
He had a heart.
I know.
A last minute change of heart.
I know. And it made me angry at that point. I got angry.
You lost your heart on?
She was so hot. I just couldn't believe he did that. So
he was a good guy.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe that he was faithful?
It was more that he missed his old girlfriend. I think that outraged me.
Okay.
And, and then we ended up here. You know what I mean? So maybe it's not that much. I don't like it.
Blood feud,
Blood feud, yeah. All right, one more, Mayhem.
All right, well, if we got one more, let's go with this one.
Go.
Who wins in a fight between 100 men and one gorilla?
I've seen this.
The hypothetical question sparks discourse.
I don't like it
It's a
because
meme.
they do it like the stupid karate movies where Bruce Lee's there and there's 15 guards and one at a time. They just
If
keep
we do it
going
one
at
at a
them.
time, you know what I mean?
No shot.
Well, no.
Everybody's
got to
go at once.
There's a shot. Yeah, everybody. Because I figure if you look, it's physics, right? The muscles can only fire so much. If we let this guy go in, wear him out, he's dead. We send another guy in. I think.
Well, who's going to be the third guy to go in after he saw the gorilla, flick his head off of his body?
Hey, I need some brave men on this task. Okay, this is not for the weak of heart, but we're going to get him after about, I say, 26. Throw 26 linebackers at him.
Well, my thing is, because I saw the hypothetical, and my first thing is, okay, does the gorilla know it's in a fight? Because if the gorilla knows it's in a fight, no chance in hell. And also, is it 100 Mayhem Millers?
That's what I'm saying.
Is it 100, me's? Little different.
Brad Williams.
Little different. But also, and do the humans have the weapons? Because
no weapons.
Well, if you're coming in and you punch a gorilla in the face and it just looks at you after it just took your best shot, and you're like, oh shit.
Well, I'm just saying, you're going to use a long jab, okay, Brad? Use a long jab, all right? I want you to dance.
The gorilla's arms are 7 feet long.
Yeah, you got to slip that one and then come up underneath.
You slip a gorilla arm?
But I'm telling you, front headlock. Well, you got it, bro. You got this. Get in there.
Everyone just needs to go once, right?
Absolutely.
That's the way to do it.
I mean, that's the strategy.
Prison break.
But I'm team gorilla because the gorillas can remove your head from your body in a second and a half.
Just yank your arm out of socket. You're done.
Just do that. Like accidentally give you a hug and crush you. And I think the spirits of the 100 men will be broken when they see a guy just split in half and the gorilla just pulls them apart. And they're like, I'm not doing that one again.
Gorillas go for the genitals.
That too.
Yeah. So just bear that in mind. They immediately go to the weak points. They bite your face off, remove your ears, and now you're bleeding out.
Because I was debating with a friend of mine. He's like, well, you have like 20 guys go for the eyes, and then they're just going for the eyes. I'm like, great. So now you have a gorilla who's blind, who's got the strength of 50 dudes just swinging randomly. You have no shot. I'm team gorilla 100%. No shot.
I say rear naked choke.
I think if 100 guys all do it at once, the 100 guys will get it done.
No shot. That's like saying, all right, if me, Happy, Sleepy, Dopey, if we all attacked Mayhem, we'd have a shot because there's 7 of us. No, we have no shot. You would get rid of us so quickly.
But think about how I murdered Bashful and Doc.
It would haunt my dreams.
Well, I was watching a video of I think it was ants going at a hornet.
Okay.
Yeah, the hornet would just pick them off. But at some point, eventually, 25 ants all won at the hornet at once and took the hornet down.
It's science because your body works on sugar. Eventually, the monkey's sugar will be worn out. And it's
Well,
now he's tired. Now
if it's
he's
100 Spartans that have death is the greatest honor in life is to be killed in battle, maybe.
Witness me! I just take a shot of whiskey and run right out.
Yeah, I'll give you have a shot there, but I'm saying when the 97 guys see the first 3 guys get drawn and quartered and all their limbs taken out of their body, they're a little hesitant to jump in the fray.
But see, you're doing it like waves, like first 3. I don't mean first 3. I mean everybody all at once.
Well, there's only so much surface area. You literally can't have 100 people getting in punches at the same time.
No. I think it's all about grabbing.
I think
it's about grab. I think it's about grab show up and grab.
Bro, if it's us 3 going in the first wave, all right, I'm like, look, Brad, you're going to dance and distract them, okay? Carolla, I need you to double leg tackle this guy. I'm going to jump on his back, and we're going to handle this in the first wave.
No, I'm going to be like, Brad, you need to dress up like a hot lady gorilla. I've seen Bugs Bunny.
We've seen Hanna-Barbera. We know how this works.